you are. Okay. Never. She's here. Looks like everyone is here. All of us are here then.
There's a problem. I don't have a script at all.
All right. I'll send it again. I did send it. But here goes.
Okay, but when I go off, I'm gonna lose you guys.
Okay, we're ready. We're ready for that if that happens.
You muted, Julie.
Am I muted?
No, Julie is.
Okay, I just sent you guys the script, you and Anton, so it's now available. And
Okay, well, we're live now. It looks like Ken left, but I think he'll be back. He's got the.
I see him. I got him.
Can you see me?
He's
we
there.
can see you.
Yeah, I
If
see.
you don't have the background, don't worry about it. If you have it, you're
Okay.
welcome to use it. It's optional.
I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to find out how I could access the script.
I
You
just
just
emailed
have
it
to-
to you, Skip. I just emailed it to you.
Yeah, I just put yours in, but I don't want to go back, so I'm using one of mine. But thank
That's
you. I
fine.
now see the plus does it.
It's fine.
Thank you. I learned something quicker. That helps.
Okay.
Yeah, Ken, I mean, you just need to open it as the attachment and read it through your browser. And so you won't see what's going on when you're in there, but that you'll just have to be going back and forth to Zoom. And when you're out of the scene, then you need to stop your video and mute yourself. And then
Okay,
turn it
I'm not
back on.
seeing a thing now. I'm not seeing you guys at all. I can only hear you.
That's fine. As long as you can hear us.
And we can
Well,
see
but can
you.
you
We can see
access your
you.
mute? Can you stop your video and mute yourself?
Yes, that I can do.
Okay, well, that's just when you're not in the scene, just to be able to do that, and then go back on when you are, and you should be able to read it from the attachment of the script that we've sent. But anyways, it is
I'll try and find that again.
yeah, okay, that's in any event, it is after 1 o'clock, so as soon as you guys want to begin, I'm not a beekeeper, I'm a postal employee, and I have to get back to delivering mail. But thank you all for joining us for the Instant Shakespeare Company reading of the Quarto of A Midsummer Night's Dream, and thanks for being here, and everybody have a really great time with this, and I'll enjoy listening to it, and I think we have James Jagiello is attending, so he's raised his hand, and so have a good reading. And Jennifer, thank you so much for putting this reading together, and so I turn things over to our playmaster, Jennifer Finger.
Okay. Thank you. We are about to begin the Quarto reading of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I'm going to ask everybody to introduce yourselves, then turn off your video and mute your microphone, and only have them on when you are actually performing in a scene. If you're not, please
It's
turn
still
them
not doing it.
off.
It should.
Don't worry about it.
Can I be heard?
Yes.
We can hear you and see you,
Julie.
Oh, because I can't see anybody.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Hang on, I need a minute. I've been having difficulty here.
I had the same. You have to go in and come out again, it seems.
I did. I came in and came back in, but there's nothing.
Deliciously loud. Well, we can go ahead and introduce ourselves.
Let's do that. I'm Jennifer Finger. I'm playing Hermia and various other parts, and I am playmaster of this play. Thank you
It
for
just said it
joining
won't
us.
do it. Won't give me the
Run
script.
through them. Mary Lou. Introduce yourself.
Mary,
Oh, I'm sorry. You can't tell me. I can't get the script.
Let's keep going. Vincent.
I'm Tony Scheinman. I'm playing the part of Nick Bottom the Weaver.
I'm Vincent Saya. I am playing the role of Demetrius.
I'm
Jackie.
Jackie Margolis, and I'm Titania and Snug.
Brian.
Brian White, I'm playing Theseus and Robin Goodfellow Puck.
Dan Burker.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dan Burkhardt, and I'm playing the role of Lysander.
Eleanor.
I'm Eleanor Elizabeth Foreman, and I'm playing the role of Hermia,
Anton.
also of Moat.
Okay.
I'm Anton Spivak, and I'll be playing Starveling the Tailor and Philostrate.
And Julie.
Yeah, hi. I can't access the script now. Okay, I'm Julie Kirshner. I'm playing Hippolyta and Peter Quince and Assorted Fairies.
Sounds good. I'm Angus Hepburn. I'll be reading Aegeus and doing some stage direction stuff. And we're ready to go. Midsummer Night's Dream by William Shakespeare from the Quarto edition. Act 1, Scene 1.
And if you are not in this scene, please turn off your videos and turn off your mics.
Yeah. Enter Theseus, Hippolyta with others.
I'm sorry, I have no script. Someone else is going to have to do Hippolyta.
Okay, but turn off your video, turn off your microphone. We've started the reading. Thank you. Enter Theseus, Hippolyta with others.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in an other moon. But oh, methinks, how slow this old moon waves. She lingers my desires, like to a stepdom or a dowager, long withering out a young man's renew.
For days will quickly steep themselves in nights, for nights will quickly dream away the time, and then the moon, like to a silver bow, now bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriments. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp, Hippolyta. I wooed thee with my sword and won thy love, doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Enter Aegeus and his daughter Hermia, and Lysander, and Helena, and Demetrius. Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung, with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy, with bracelets of her, thy hair, rings, gorge, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweet meats, messengers of strong prevailment in unhardened youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious duke, be it so she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law, immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but as a form in wax, by him imprinted, and within his power, to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
Or would my father look but with my eyes?
Rather, your eyes must, with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty, in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether, if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I to be in shady cloister, mere to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moon. Thrice blessed they that master so their blood, to undergo such maiden pilgrimage, but earthier happy is the rose distilled, that which, withering on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest, for I, austerity and single life.
Relents, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yielded thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander. True, he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him. And she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius, and which is more than all. My right. Nave's daughter, Helena, and one her, and she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted, inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof. But being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did loose it. But Demetrius come, and come, Aegeus. You shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death, or to a vow of single life. Come, my Hippolyta, what cheer, my love? Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some business against our nuptial, and confer with you of something nearly that concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire we follow you. And they exit.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteen them from the tempest of my eyes.
Me, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth, but either it was different in blood.
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled to love.
Or else misgraphed in respective years.
Oh, spite, too old to be engaged to young.
Or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
Or if there were a sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the coiled night, that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth and air. A man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick, bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. But let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross is due to love, as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, or fancies follows.
Hear me. I have a widow aunt, a dowager revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then still forth my father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance to a morn of May. There will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee, by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus' doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen, when the false Trojan under sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke. In that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promised love. Look.
Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away?
Oh, you me fair. That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves you fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue sweet air, more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear. When wheat is green, when hawthorn's buds appear, sickness is catching. Oh, where favor so, your words I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye, your eye. My tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius, being mated, the rest I'll give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time that lovers' fight doth still conceal, through Athens' gates we have devised to steal.
And in the wood where often you and I, upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, and think our bosoms of their counsel swelled. There my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and strange companions. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
Hermia exits.
I will, my Hermia Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius, dote on you.
Lysander exits.
How happy some or other some can be. To Athens, I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he doth know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I admiring of his qualities, things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is often beguiled, as waggish boys in game themselves forswear. So the boy love is perjured everywhere, for ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for his intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
Helena exits. Act 1, Scene 2, enter Quince the carpenter, and Snug the joiner, Bottom the weaver, Flute the bellows mender, and Snout the tinker, and Starveling the tailor.
Is all our company here?
Best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is a scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so go to a point.
Marry, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Ooh, a very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the weaver.
Ready! Name what part I am for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears from the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure to the rest yet. Yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Hercules rarely, or part to tear a cat in, to make all split the raging rocks, and shivering socks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far, and make and mar the foolish fights. That was lofty. Now name the rest of the players. This is Hercules' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows maker. Francis Flute.
Well, here, Peter Quince.
Oh, Flute. You must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let not me play a woman. I have a bear coming.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
Ooh, 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 and I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I will speak in a most thirstful voice. Thisbe, Thisbe. Oh, Pyramus, my lover dear. Oh, Thisbe, lady.
No, you must play Pyramus and flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor. Robin Starveling.
Yes. Okay. Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Yeah, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner, you, the lion's part. And I hope here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be given me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Ooh, let me play the lion too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar again. Roar.
And you should do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
They would hang us. Every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, that if you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so that I will roar you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar you as twenty nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely, gentlemanlike man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple ingrain beard, or your French crown-colored beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play barefoot. But masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night, and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town, by moonlight, and there we shall rehearse. For if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company, and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of properties, such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak, we meet.
Enough! Hold or cut both strings.
And they exit. Act 2, Scene 1. A fairy and Robin Goodfellow enter from opposite sides.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere. And I serve the fairy queen to do her orbs upon the green. The cowslips tall her pensioners be, their gold coats sport you see. Those be rubies, fairies' favors, in those freckles lie their savors. I must go seek them dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou love of spirits. I'll be gone. Our queen and all her elves do come anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight. For Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because that she, as her attendant, hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to trace the forest wild. But she, perforce, withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do swear that all their night, for fear, creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape and make us fright, or else you are shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are you not here that frights the maidens in the villages, skim milk, and sometimes labor to the queen, bore this maid the breathless housewife cheam, and sometimes makes the drink to be no harm, mislead night wanderers, laugh at their harm, those that hobgoblin call you, and sweet buck, you do their work, they shall have good luck. Are you not he?
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a silly foal, and sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab, and when she drinks against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale, the wisest aunt telling the saddest tale. Sometimes for 3 foot stole mistaketh me, then slip I from her bum, down topples she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough, and then the whole choir hold their hips, and I laugh, and waxen in their mirth, and knees and swear, a merrier hour was never wasted there. But room, fairy, here comes Oberon.
Oberon, king of the fairies, enters at one door with his train, and Titania, the queen of the fairies, at another with hers.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
But jealous Oberon, fairy skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am not I thy lord?
Oh, then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corinth sat all day playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Philida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest steppe of India. But that forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buckskin mistress and your warrior in love to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give them bed, joy, and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst not thou lead him through the glimmering night from Perigenia, whom he ravished, and make him with fair eagles break his faith with Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since the middle summer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beach margins of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as if in revenge have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land hath every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continent. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere his youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, and crows are fattened with the myriad flock. The 9 men's morris is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes in the wanton green for lack of tread are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here, No night is now with him or Carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger washes all the air, that rheumatic diseases do abound. And through this temperature we see the seasons alter, hoary-headed frost fall on the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Heim's chin an icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, angry winter change their wonted liveries, and the May's world by their increase now knows not which is which. And the same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
I'm afraid I'm going to lose you guys very soon because I'm running out of power. And I have nothing to plug this in with. Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Oh, set your heart at rest. The fairy land buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night, full oft hast she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood, when we have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she, with pretty and with swimming gait, following her womb, then rich with my young squire, would imitate, sail upon the land to fetch me trifles, and return again, as from a voyage, rich with merchandise. But she being mortal, more that boy to die, and for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
Give me... how long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see the moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not to thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away, we shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Titania exits.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest, since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed. A certain aim he took, a fair vestal throned by west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress pass it on, in maiden meditation fancy free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower. I'm going to lose you any second. The herb I showed thee once, the juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle round the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she waking looks upon, be it on lion, bear, or wolf or bull, on meddling monkey or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will...
Enter Demetrius and Helena following him.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll say, the other stayeth me. Thou toldest me they were stolen unto this wood, and here I am, and wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair, or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you I do not, I cannot love you?
And even for that, do I love thee the more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you do your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick. When I do look on thee,
and I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much. To leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not. To trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege. For that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night, nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you, in my respect, are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide in the brakes and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin, the mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy question. Let me go, or if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the town and field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I follow thee, and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over canopied with lushy woodbine, with sweet musk roses and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania, with dances and delight, and there the snake throws her enamelled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this I'll streak her eyes, and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on, effected with some care that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord. Your servant shall do so.
They exit. Enter Titania, Queen of Fairies, with her train.
Come now, a roundel and a fairy song. Then for the third part of a minute hence, some to kill cankers in the musk grow buds, some roar with reverence for the leathern wings to make my small elves coats, and some keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then to your offices and let me rest.
Spotted snakes and double tongues,
Thorny
hedgehogs,
hedgehogs do not sing. Newts and blind worms do no wrong.
Come
Come
not
not near our fairy queen. Fill them out with melody, singing our sweet lullaby.
Lullaby. Never harm nor spell
No charm. Come, a lovely lady nigh. So good night, lullaby.
Leaving spiders come not seen, hence you long-legged spinners, hence! Beetles black approach not near, worms not snails do no offense. Philomene with melody and
Singing our sweet lullaby, la 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 lullaby, la 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 lullaby.
Hence away, now all is well. When aloof stands sentinel.
Oberon enters. What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love's sake take. Love and languish for his sake, be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye that shall appear. When thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near. Lysander and Hermia enter.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak truth, I have forgot our way. Will rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both, one heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one truth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off, yet do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean at my heart unto yours it knit, so that but one heart we can make of it, two bosoms interchained with an oath. So then two bosoms and a single truth, then by your side, no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in humane modesty. Such separation, as may well be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen. Amen to the fair prayer, say I, and then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep with thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Puck enters.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force and stirring love. Night and silence, who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. Ah, this is he, my master said. Despise the Athenian maid, and hear the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power of this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Puck exits. Demetrius and Helena enter running.
Stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril. I alone will go.
Oh, I'm out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with soft tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, no, I am as ugly as a bear, for beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore no marvel though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's speary eyne? But who is here? Lysander on the ground, dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire. I will, for thy sweet sake, transparent, Helena, nature shows art, that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that so vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he loved your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you. Then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent. The tedious minutes I with her have spent, not Hermia, but Helena I love, who will not change a raven for a dove. The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says, you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I, being young till now ripe, not to reason, and touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes where I o'erlook love's stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this king mockery born? Why that your eyes did I deserve this scorn? It's not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye. But you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth, you do me wrong, good truth you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce I must confess, I thought you, Lord, of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refuse should of another therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayst thou come Lysander near. For as a surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as the heresies that men do leave, and hated most of those they did deceive. So thou, my surfeit and my heresy, of all be hated, but the most of me, and all my powers address your love and might to honor Helen and to be her knight.
He exits.
Help me, Lysander, help me. Do my best to pluck this falling serpent from my breast. Me for pity. What a dreamer here. Lysander, look. I did quake with fear. Methought a serpent eat my heart away, and you said, smiling at his cruel play. Lysander, what? Removed? Lysander, Lord, what? Out of hearing, gone, no sound, no word? Alack, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak of our loves. My soul knows with fear. No, then I will perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you, I'll find immediately.
She exits. Act 3, Scene 1. Enter the clowns.
Are we all met?
Patton, here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage. This hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we shall do it in action, as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. I'll answer you that.
Burlick,
fair.
Okay, you do that again. Burlick in a parlous sphere. Could you do that again? Sorry, I cut you off. Just say Burlick in a parlous sphere. Okay. Yes, could you repeat that line? I might have interrupted you. Okay.
You did not
I
say
believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Waver. That will put them out of fear.
Well, we shall have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourself. To bring in concealed as a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing. For there is not a more fearful wild fowl than your lion living, and we ought to look for it.
Therefore another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
Nay! You must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus or to the same defect. Ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would bequest you, or I would entreat you not to fear, not to trouble my life or yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are. And there indeed, let him name his name and tell them plainly he is Snug the Joiner.
Oh, well, it shall be so. But there is 2 hard things. That is to bring the moonlight into a chamber. For you know, Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine that night we play our play?
Oh, a calendar, a calendar. Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Why then may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon shall shine in at the casement.
Aye, or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern and say he comes to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. Then there's another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber for Pyramus and Thisbe. They, says the story, did talk through a chink in a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
some man or other must present wool, and let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast about him to signify wool, or let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you've spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
Puck enters.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What? A play toward? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Thisbe. Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savors sweet.
Odors, odorous.
Odors, savors sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
And the exit.
A stranger, Pyramus, then e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
I marry, must you? For you must understand, he goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Oh, most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar, most frisky juvenile, and act most lovely Jew, as true as horse that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninna's tomb, man. Why, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your parts at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is, oh, never tire.
Oh, as true as horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fair Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous. Oh, strange, we are haunted. Pray, masters, fly, masters, help.
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about around, through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometimes a fire. And neigh, and bark, and grunt, and roar, and burn, like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire, at every turn.
Why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Snug enters.
Oh, Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Quince enters.
Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee. Thou art translated.
And exits.
Oh, I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place, do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing that they may hear I am not afraid. The ouzel cock, so black of hue, with orange tawny bill, the throstle with his note so true, the wren with little quill.
I pray thee, gentle mortal.
No. What angel wakes me?
Oh, I'm sorry. What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo cry, whose note full many a man doth mark, and dares not answer Nah. For indeed, who would have said his wit to so foolish a bird? Who would give a bird the lie, though he cry cuckoo never so?
Pretty gentle mortal, sing again. My ear is much enamored of thy note. Oh, so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape, and thy fair virtues force perforce that move me on the first view to say 'tis well I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbors will not make them friends. Nay, I can bleak upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Oh, not so neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Oh, out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness so that thou shalt like in any airy spirit go. Peace blossom, cobweb moth, and mustard seed.
Enter 4 fairies.
Ready and I.
And
I. Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humble bees, and for night tapers, crop their waxen thighs and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes. To have my love to bed and to arise, pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes, nod to him elves and do him curtsies.
Hail, mortal! Hail!
Hail!
I cry your worship's mercy, heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
Oh, I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bows with you. Your name, honest gentleman?
Peace blossom.
Oh, I pray you, commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and to Master Peascod, your father. Good Master Mustard Seed, good Master Peas Blossom, I shall desire you of more acquaintance too. Your name, I beseech you, sir?
Mustard Seed.
Oh, good Master Mustard Seed, I know your patience well. That same cowardly joint like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house, I promise you. Your kindred hath made mine eyes water ere now. I desire you more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, wait upon him. Lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. My lover's tongue, bring him silently.
And they exit. Act 3, Scene 2, enter Oberon, the King of Fairies, and Robin Goodfellow, Puck. I wonder if Titania be awaked, and what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit, what night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love, near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour. A crew of patches, rude mechanicals, that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus's nuptial day. The shallowest thick-skinned of that Bahrain sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break, when I did him at this advantage take. An ass's knoll I fix on his head. Anon his thessaly must be answered. And from my men it comes, when they him spy, as wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, or russet patted chows, many in sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky. So at his sight, away his fellows fly. And at our stamp, here, o'er and o'er, one falls. He murder cries, and help from Athens calls. Their sense, thus weak, lost with their fears, thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their approach snatch. Some sleeves, some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated here. When in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straight away loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes? With the love juice as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too. And the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of force she must be eyed.
Enter Demetrius and Hermia. Oh, stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so, that I breathe so better on your bitter foe?
No, I but chide, but I should use thee worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, beating horseshoes and blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day, too, as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon that this whole earth may be bored and that the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brother's noontide with the antipodes. It cannot be but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murderer look, and so should I, pierced through the heart, with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in her gleaming sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Oh, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I had rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog. Out, cur. Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. No, once tell true, even for my sake. Durst thou have looked upon him being awake? And hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch. Could not a worm and adder do so much? An adder did it. For a doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead. For aught that I can tell.
I pray thee tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege, never to see me more. And from thy hated presence part I. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
And she exits.
There is no fooling her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain. So sorrows, heaviness doth heavier grow. For debt that bankrupt slip doth sorrow owe, which now in some slight measure it will pay. For if for his tender here I make some stay.
He lies down. What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turned, and not a false turned true.
Then fate o'errules that one man holding trough. A million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than an arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink in apple of his eye, when his love he doth espy. Let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy. Puck enters.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth, mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to wake.
Then we'll two at once woo one. That must needs be sport alone. And those things do best please me, that befall preposterously.
Lysander and Helena enter.
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born in their nativity, all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more when truth kills truth. Oh, devilish holy fray! Those vows are Hermia's. Will you give her or? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put in two scales, will even weigh in both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her or.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh.
Helen, goddess, nymph, perfect divine, to what my love shall I compare thine eyne? Crystal is muddy, oh, how ripe is show. Thy lips, those kissing cherries, tempting grow, that pure, congealed white high, Taurus snow, fond with the eastern wind turns to a crow, when thou holdest up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite. Oh, hell. I see you are all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and you courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you are men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and super praise my parts when I'm sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise to conjure your tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know, I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermias' love I yield you up my part, and yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till my death.
You never did mock her. Waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her is but a guest-wise sojourn. And now to Helena, to Helen, it is home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, least to thy peril, thou, Abbey, it dear. Look, where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
And Hermia enters.
Dark night, that from the eye this function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes. Wherein it does impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found. Mine ear, I take it, brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more inglides the night than all yon fiery eyes, O's and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know? The hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. Cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you, with these, contrived to bait me in this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, oh, is all forgot? All school days friendship, childhood innocence. We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our side, voices, and minds had been incorporate. So we grew together like to a double cherry, seeming parted, but yet a union in partition, two lovely berries molded on one stem, with two seeming bodies, but one heart, two of the first life totes and heraldry due to but to one, and crowned with one crest. And will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I'm amazed at your words. I scorn you not. Seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine, and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth, affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? What though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved? This you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
Do persevere, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well. 'Tis partly mine own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse, my love, my life.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
By that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not?
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Sandra, where to attend all this?
Away, you Ethiop.
No, he'll seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow, but yet come not. You are a tame man. Go.
Hang of thou cat, thou burr, vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What changes this, sweet love?
Thy love? Out tawny tartar, out loathed medicine, you hated poison hence.
You not jest?
Yes, Sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would have had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What? Should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am not I Hermia? Are not you Lysander? I am as fair now as I was there a while. Since night you love me, yet since night you love me. Well, then you love me. The gods forbid. In earnest, shall I say?
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain, nothing sure. But 'tis no jest, thou, that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Oh, me, you juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love. What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine face. Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you.
Puppet? Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she has made compare between our statures. She has her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she has prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak, how low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach into thine eyes.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in truishness. I'm a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think because she is something lower than myself that I can match her.
Lower? Hark again.
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you, save that in love to Demetrius, I told him of your stealth unto this wood. He followed you, for love I followed him. But he hath chid me hence, and threatened me to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go, to Athens will I bear my folly back, and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why? Get you gone. Who's that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she is angry, she is keen and shrewd.
She is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school. Though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little again? Nothing but low and little? Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her.
Get you gone, you dwarf, you minimus of hindering not grass maid, you bead, you acorn.
You are too officious in her behalf. That scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part, for if thou dost intend never so little shew of love to her, thou shalt abe it.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
You, mistress, all this quarrel is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you, I, nor longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
And they exit. This is thy negligence. Still thou makest mistakes, or else commits thy knaveries wilfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on?
Oh.
So far blameless proves my enterprise that I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far am I glad it did so sort as this their jangling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hie therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The starry welkin cover thou anon with drooping fog as black as Acheron, and lead these tasty rivals so astray as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander, sometime frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong. Sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs rule with wonted sight. And they next awake, all this derision shall seem like a dream, a fruitless vision. And back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. While I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy. And then I will her charmed eye release from monsters' view, and all things then shall be peace.
Ah, my fairy lord, this must be done with haste, for night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast. And yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts wandering here and there troop home to churchyards, damned spirits all, that in cross ways and floods have burial. Already to their wormy beds are gone, for fear least they should look their shames upon. They willfully themselves exile from light, and must for aye consort with black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I, with the morning's love, have oft made sport, and like a forester the groves may tread. Even till the eastern gate, all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns into yellow gold his salt green streams. But notwithstanding, haste, make no delay. We may effect this business yet a day.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Oh, here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Enter Demetrius.
Lysander, speak again. Thou run away, thou coward. Art thou fled? Speak in some bush. Where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou lookst for wars, and wilt not come? Come, recreant, come, thou child, I'll whip thee with a rod. He is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Ha, follow my voice. We'll try no manhood here.
And he exits.
Goes before me and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, that he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. That fallen am I in dark, uneven way, and here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day, for it but once thou show me the gray light. I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Robin and Demetrius enter.
Ho, ho, coward! Why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest. Farewell, I wot. Thou runnest before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand, nor look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither. I am here.
Nay then, thou mockest me. Thou shalt buy this dear, if ever I thy face by daylight see. Now, go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. My day's approach look to be visited.
Enter Helena.
Oh, weary night. Oh, long and tedious night. Abate thy hours. Shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight from these that my poor company detest. And sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but three? Come one more. Two of both kinds makes up four. Ah, here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so low. Bedabble with the dew, torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can no pass with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heaven shielded by Sanders if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply your eye, gentle lover. Remedy. When thou wakes, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. And the country proverb known, that every man should take his own, in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Act 4, Scene 1. Enter Titania, the Queen of the Fairies, and the Clown and Fairies and the King behind them.
Come sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready?
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready?
Monsieur Cobweb, good Monsieur. Get you your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hipped humble-bee on the top of a thistle. And good Monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, Monsieur. And good Monsieur, have a care the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflown with a honey bag, Signor. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready?
Give me your niece, Monsieur Mustard Seed. Pray you leave your courtesy, good Monsieur.
What's your will?
Nothing, good Monsieur, but to help Cavalieri Cobweb to scratch. We must to the barbers, Monsieur, for methinks I am a marvelous hairy about the face. And I'm such a tender ass, if my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
But wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongs and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Oh, truly a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee nuts.
I'd rather have a handful or two of dried peas. but I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies be gone and be always away. So doth the woodbine, the sweetheart, honeysuckle gently and twist, the female ivy sow, and rings the barky fingers of the owl. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
And Puck enters. Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity, for meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favours for this hateful fool. I did upbraid her and fall out with her, for she his hairy temples then had rounded with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and that same dew which sometime on the buds was wont to swell like round and orient pearls, stood now within the pretty Floriet's eyes, like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. Then, when I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her changeling child, which straight she gave me. And her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And, gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swine, that he, awaking when the other do, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accident, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be, see as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
Oh, my Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
Oh, how come these things to pass? Oh, how my eyes are low in this visage now. Oh.
Silence a while. Robin, take off this head. Titania, music call, and strike more dead than common sleep. Of all these, find the sense.
Music, how's music such as charmeth sleep?
Now when thou wakes, which thine own fool's eyes peep.
Sound music. Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight, solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless it to all fair prosperity. There shall the pairs of faithful lovers be wedded with Theseus in all jollity.
Fairy king, attend and mark. I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, trip we after night's shade. We the globe can compass soon swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night, that I sleeping here was found with these mortals on the ground.
And they exit. Enter Theseus with his train, wind-borne.
Go, one of you, find out the forester, for now our observation is performed. And since we have the wayward of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds, uncouple in the western valley, let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find the forester. We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top, and mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Creot they bayed the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seem of one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
Ah, my hounds are bred out of the Spartan kind, so flew, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew. Crook-kneed and dew-lapped like Thessalian bulls, slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bells, each under each. A cry more tunable was never hollowed to, nor cheered with horn, in Crete, in Sparta, nor in Thessaly. Judge you when you hear. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep. And this Lysander, this Demetrius, this Helena, old Neda's Helena. I wonder if they're being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegis, is not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go, bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns.
Shouts from within, and they all start up and with wind horns.
Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine is past. Begin these wood birds but to couple now?
Pardon, my lord?
I pray you all, stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world? That hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly. Half sleep, half waking, but as yet I swear I cannot truly say how I came here, but as I think, for so it is, I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens where we might without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough! Enough, my lord! You have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away, they would, Demetrius, therefore to have defeated you and me, you of your wife, and me of my consent, that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury hither followed them, fair Helena in fancy following me. But my good lord, I wrote not by what power, but by some power it is, my love to Hermia, melted as the snow, seems to me now as the remembrance of an idle god, which in my childhood I did dote upon, and all the faith, the virtue of my heart to object, and the pleasure of mine eye is only Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I see Hermia, but like a sickness did I loathe this food, but as in health come to my natural taste. Now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this disclosure, we more will hear anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will, for in the temple, by and by with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. And for the morning now is something worn. Our purpose hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see these things as parted eye, and everything seems double.
So methinks. And I've found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awaking? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why then, we are awake. Let's follow him, and by the way, let's recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Peter Quince. Flute the bellows mender. Snout the tinker. Starveling. God's my life. Stolen thence and left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream, past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he go about to expound his dream. Methought I was. There's no man can tell what methought I was. And methought I had. But man is but a patched fool. If he will offer to say what methought I had, the eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen, man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. And I will sing it at the latter end of a play before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I will sing it at her death.
Act 4, Scene 2. Enter Quince, Flute, Thisbe, and the rabble.
Have you seen Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
Oh, he cannot be heard of. At a doubt he is transported. If he not come, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus, but he.
Oh no, he hath simply the best wit of any handicraftsman in Athens.
Yea, and the best person too. And he is a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Oh.
Enter Snug the joiner.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men. Oh, sweet bully Bottom, he lost 6 pence a day during his life. He could not have escaped 6 pence a day, and the Duke had not given him 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus. I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6 pence a day in Pyramus or nothing.
Bottom enters.
Where be these lads? Where are these hearts?
Bottom! Oh, most courageous day, oh, most happy hour.
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but Ask me not what, for if I tell you I am no true Athenian, I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Let us hear sweet bottom.
No, not a word of me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards, good new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace, every man look o'er his part. For the short and long is, our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe have clean linen, and let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, for they shall hang out of for the lion's claws. And most dear actors, eat no onions or garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. And I do not doubt but to hear them say, it is a sweet comedy. No more words. Go away.
Act 5, Scene 1. Enter Theseus, Hippolyta, and Philostrate.
'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. That is the madman. The lover, all is as frantic, sees Helen's beauty in a brow of Egypt. The poet's eye, in a fine frenzy, rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven. And as imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown, the poet pens, turns them into shapes, and gives to every nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks have strong imagination, that if it would be but apprehend some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy. Or in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed a bear?
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together. Most witnesses that fancy images and grows to something of great constancy. But howsoever strange and admirable.
Enter the lovers, Lysander, Demetrius, and Hermia and Helena.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us, wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now, what mass, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between or after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What rebels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of torturing hour? Call Philostrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What mask? What music? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
There is a brief how many sports are ripe. Make choice of which your highness will see first. The battle of the centaurs to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp.
Ah, well, none of that. That have I told my love in glory of my kinsman Hercules.
The ride of the tipsy bacchanals tearing the Thracian singer in their rage.
Oh, that is an old device, and it was played when I from Thebes came last a conqueror.
The thrice three muses mourning for the death of learning, late deceased in beggary.
That is some satire, keen and critical, not sorting with a nuptial ceremony.
A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, very tragical mirth.
Merry and tragical, tedious and brief. That is hot eyes and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words my word it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play there is not one word apt, one player fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water. But more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which never labored in their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intents. Exchange expression constant with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in, and take your places. Ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness or charged, and jury in his service perishing.
Why, gentle, sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kinder we, to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake, and what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes it in might, not merit. Where I have come, great clerks have purpose to greet me with premeditated welcomes. Where I have seen them shiver and look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practiced accent in their fears, and in conclusion, dumbly have broke off, not paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet, out of this silence yet, I picked a welcome, and in the modesty of fearful duty, I read as much as from the rattling tongue of saucy and audacious eloquence, love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity. In least, speak most to my capacity.
So please, your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
And the prologue enters.
If we offend, it is with our good will that you should thank. We come not to offend, but with good will, to show our simple skill that is the true beginning of our end. Consider them. We come but in despite. We do not come as minding to content you. Our true intent is, as for your delight, we are not here, that you should here repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
This fellow doth not stand upon points.
He hath rid his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not to stop. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he hath played on the prologue like a child on a recorder, a sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who is next?
Pyramus, Thisbe, Wall, Moonshine, and Lion enter.
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on, till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know, and this beauteous lady, Thisbe, is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present Wall, that vile Wall, which did these lovers sunder, and through Wall's chink, poor souls, they did content to whisper. At the which let no man wonder. This man, with lantern dog and bush of thorn, presenteth moonshine. For if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think to scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, there to woo. This grisly beast which Lion, hight by name, the trusty Thisbe coming first at night, did scare away. or rather did affright. And as she fled, or her mantle she did fall, which lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat, with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling, bloody breast. And Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord, one lion may, when many asses do.
Exit Lion, Thisbe, and Moonshine. Anton?
Your wall?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
thought Flute was playing the wall.
Well, I guess I'll read it.
No, I can do it.
No,
Okay, good.
Okay. Okay. In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one Flute by name, present a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think that hadn't a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often very secretly, this loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall, the truth is so, and this the cranny is right and sinister, to which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire Lime and Hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that ever I heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
Oh, grim looks night, oh night, with hues so black, oh night, which ever art when day is not, oh night, oh night. Alack, 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 I fear my Thisbe's promises forgot. And thou, O wall, O sweet, O lovely wall, thou wall, show me thy chink, to blink through with mine eyne. Thanks, courteous wall, Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. Oh, wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She's to enter now, and I'm to spy her through the wall. You should see it will fall as far as I've told you. Yonder she comes.
And Thisbe enters.
Oh, wall.
Oh, there often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have oft kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit now again.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love thou art, my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt, I am thy lover's grace, and like Limander am I trusty still.
Oh, and I like Helen to the fates me kill.
Not Shaphalus to Procrus was so true.
And Shaphalus to Procrus I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the wall's hole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straightway?
Oh, tide life, tide death, I come without delay. Thus have I worn my part discharged so.
Okay, I got it. Thus have I my. Okay, I'm looking at. Thus have I, Wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus Wall away doth go.
How is the moon used between the two neighbors?
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse, if imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them, then they, of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here come two noble beasts, in a man and a lion.
Enter lion and moonshine. Enter lion and moonshine.
Am I playing the lion?
Yes, you've been doing it.
You, ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here, when lion rough in wildest rage doth roar. Then know that I, as snug the joiner am, a lion fell, nor else no lion's dam. For if I should as lion come in strife, into this place 'twere pity on my life.
A very gentle beast, and of a good conscience.
The very best at a beast, my lord, that e'er I saw.
This lion is a very fox for his valor.
True, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I am sure, cannot carry his valor. But for the goose carries not the fox. It is well. Leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
Moon. This lanthorn doth the horn moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He is no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horn moon present. Myself, the man in the moon, do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lanthorn. How is it else the man is the moon?
He dares not come there for the candle, for, you see, it is already in snuff.
I am aweary of this moon. Would change.
It appears, by his small light of discretion, that he is in the wane. But yet, in courtesy, in all reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you that the lantern is the moon. I am the man of the moon. This thorn bush is my thorn bush, and this dog my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lanthorn. For all these are in the moon. But silence, here comes Thisbe.
Thisbe enters.
This is old Ninny's tomb. Where is my love?
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon, truly. The moon shines with a good grace.
Well mouthed, lion.
And then came Pyramus.
And so the lion vanished.
Pyramus enters.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering beams, I trust to take of truest Thisbe's sight. But stay, oh spite, oh mark, poor night. What dreadful dole is here? Eyes do see. How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear, thy mantle good, what stained with blood? Approach, ye fairies fell! All faiths come, come! Cut, thread, and thrum! Quail, crash, conclude, and quail!
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore nature didst thou lie in frame? Since lion veiled hath he deflowered my dear, which is, no, which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears confound, out sword, and wound the pap of Pyramus, that left pap where heart doth hop, thus does not I, thus. Now am I dead. Now am I fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, loose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now, die, 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 die.
No die, but an ace for him, for he is but one.
Less than an ace, man, for he is dead. He is nothing.
The help of a surgeon, he might yet recover, and yet prove an ass.
How chance moonshine is gone before? Thisbe comes back and finds her lover.
He will find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
A moth will turn the balance, which Pyramus, which Thisbe is the better. He for a man, God warned us, she for a woman, God bless us.
She hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And thus she means the Delicet.
Sleep, my love. What did my dove, O Pyramus, arise? Speak, speak. My dove, dead, dead. A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes, these lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone, are gone. Lovers make none more. His eyes were green as lynx. Oh, sisters, ye come to me with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore since you have shore with sheer as his thread of silk. Tongue not a word, come trusty sword, come blade my breast to brew, and farewell, friends, thus Thisbe ends. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Moonshine and lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and wall too.
No, I assure you, the wall is down that parted their fathers. Will it please you to see the epilogue, or to hear a burgomask dance between two of our company?
Oh, no epilogue, I pray you. For your play needs no excuse. Never excuse. For when the players are all dead, there need none to be blamed. Mary, if he that writ it had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Thisbe's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy. And so it is truly, and very notably discharged. But come, your burgomask, let your epilogue alone. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers to bed, 'tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn, as much as we this night have overwatched. This palpable gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Sweet friends, to bed. A fortnight hold we this solemnity in nightly revels, and new jollity.
And they exit. Puck enters.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf beholds the moon, while the heavy plowman snores, with all weary take for doom. Now the wasted brands do glow, whilst the screech owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is the time of night, that the graves all gaping wide. Every one lets forth his sprite in the churchway paths to glide. And we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream, now are frolic. Not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Enter the king and queen of the fairies with all their retinue. Through the house give glimmering light by the dead and drowsy fear. Every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar. And this ditty after me sing and dance it trippingly.
First rehearse your song by rote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace will we sing and bless this place.
Now until the break of day through this house each fairy stray. To the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be. And the issue there create ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three ever true in loving be. And the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand. Never mole, hairlet, nor scar, nor mark prodigious, such as are despised in nativity, shall upon their children be. With this field do consecrate. Every fairy take its gate, and each several chamber bless through this palace with sweet peace. Ever shall in safety rest, and the owner of it blessed. Trip away, make no stay. Meet me all by break of day. And they exit. Epilogue. Robin Goodfellow, Puck.
If we shadows have offended, think but this and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear. And this weak and idle theme, no more yielding, but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am honest Puck, if we have unearned luck, now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, else the Puck a liar call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
End of play.
Yeah.
Woo.
Thanks, everybody.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Nice, guys.
Yeah, well.
Have a lovely day.
You
And
too.
you
Had a
too.
great time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Great working with everybody. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking
I just
take off
did
too.
unexpected characters. I did not expect it.
Yeah, you guys get jumping in.
I know. I couldn't believe it. Some of it I didn't quite understand because I haven't, I mean, I guess I just haven't studied it enough in a long time. You know.
It's a bit different from the folio, isn't it?
A little.
Yeah, yeah.
A little.
Pretty much the same story though. You know, it's pretty
Yeah.
much the same.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
always think-
guys, have a happy.
And you
too.
too.
You all, thank you. Bye.
I always think,
Bye.
Wait, who's
What-
doing the Shaw project? Does anybody know about that?
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Um,
wondering too.
Yeah. Who's doing
It's
it?
the guy who's been doing it for 15, 20 years.
Who's that? Steve?
David,
David Cedar. It's,
David Cedar.
Oh,
Oh,
he's been running the Shaw Project in New York for forever and a day.
oh,
And he and Stephen Brown got together and approached Paul to see if they could do some other plays.
Oh, I should ask him then if there's anything for me, but usually they have their own people. For some reason, I'm not one of their on their lists for some reason. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
To each his own. Yeah.
I always feel that the subtext of the dream gets buried in all the jokes. Shakespeare sort of sets it up that the women are all treated as chattels and pawns by the men in their lives, whether they're going to kill, put them in a nunnery, or they assume that they're going to look after them, protect them. Even Theseus treats Hippolyta as something he owns that he will look after. Until the very end.
Rather than
their possessions until the very end. And that's always gets lost because everybody does the Pyramus and Thisbe thing as a great comic routine. And it is, of course, but at the same time, they're suddenly presented with a man who will die because his woman is gone, and the woman will die to follow him. And there needs to be, when that moment comes, there has to be a sort of embarrassed pause from the lovers and from Theseus and Hippolyta as they suddenly realize, oh shit, is that what love is really about? That you give all for the person you love, which they were not prepared to do. It's the same thing that he does in The Tempest that everybody ignores, where he's showing the nobility that they must not dictate to their children who they should marry. I mean, when everybody dumps great chunks of the subsidiary plot opposite the Prospero. But what it's showing is that when